let's talk about the border, margin, and padding. Every box has three available properties, okay, that is used to adjust the appearance of the box. One is the border, okay, and then the other is a margin, and the last one is a padding. The padding is the space between the border of a box and any content contained within it, okay. Padding can increase the readability of its content because it creates a space from the border of the box and then the content within the box. Now when we talk about margin, when we say a margin sits outside the edge of the border, whilst padding is contained within, okay, the margin is what? Outside the border, okay. It's used to separate or to set a weight of a margin to create a gap between two different borders. So let's say there are 3 or 4 boxes, okay, and you want to put a space between the first box and the second box, you use a margin. But if you want to put a space from the edge of the box, okay, to the content within the box, you use a padding. And when we say a border simply is what? It's the edge of one box from another. That's what we call a border. Now if you specify a particular width for a box, then the borders, margins, and paddings are added to its width and height. To its width and then to its height. Now white spacing and vertical margin. White spacing and then vertical margin. The padding and margin properties are very helpful in adding space between various items on the page. Like I told you, whilst the margin works at the edge of the border or at the edge of the box, the padding does it within the box. Now designers refer to the space between this as what? White space. So if you had a border around the box, you will not want the text to touch this border and it would become harder to read. Imagine you had 2 boxes sitting side by side, okay. You will not necessarily want the boxes to touch the edges of each other, so you like to create a space between these two, and that's what we call the still the white space or the vertical margin. Now if the bottom of a margin of any box touches the top of another, the browser will render it differently than you might expect. It wouldn't appear that they are different, so the browser wouldn't actually know that they are different boxes because they are touching each other. So you will have to indicate the code or give it a property that will separate one box from the other.